So I honestly have actually really no idea why am I reading this. Like, well, I do, but it doesn't make sense. So TikTok, when I still had it, I deleted it now. I'm keeping my peace. And also other social media has made me so invested in something I do not care about, which is hockey, especially heated rivalry edits, because I love these two. And the thing is, I haven't even watched the show yet because it isn't out on any streaming service in my country. But I thought I really am invested in this now, and I need something that kind of gives the same vibes. And my brain was like, do I have any books about hockey? And I don't have the heated rivalry book. I also saw that it was like written by a woman for a female audience that likes gay stories, which is not something I want to consume. I'm probably like more a guy for romances that really are for the gays. But yeah, I have one hockey book. It's the sad one. I am reading Beartown by Frederick Backman. And I am not sure if this is like something I really should read right now, because this is incredibly sad, or so I've been told. But I'm gonna do it. And yeah. So at the moment I'm 30% in. I honestly don't know how I'm feeling about it yet. It feels also, yeah, you see, I have this ugly ass German copy. And the thing is, it's actually really interesting because I also have the audiobook, but I have the English audiobook. So I'm getting two different translations of a Swedish novel at the same time, because I'm tandem reading this, because I also have a chemistry test tomorrow, which, let's just say, studying didn't go great for. And I'm gonna go back to it once I finish this update. But yeah. So at the moment, I'm 30% in. There is a tragedy that happens, and the book shows how it affects this town. I'm actually not going to tell you what that tragedy is because the synopsis doesn't mention it, even though it's literally said on the first page. But I don't know. And at this point, the tragedy hasn't even happened yet in the plot. But I think it's gonna do so soon. I honestly have no idea. But I'm kind of scared which the characters affected are gonna be. I don't know. I'm so conflicted about this at the moment because this feels really like something like one of those litfic books we would have read in German class. It's probably a little too thick for that. But I don't know, it's just a general fiction. It's supposed to make you sad, la la la. It really shows its impact on the community. And I think it's well written. I like the English translation a little better. I mean, the English translation changed a bunch of the names around, which I find weird. But the German translation is very literal about the vulgarity of the story, which the profanity is in the English version as well. But I just hate German for the sound of the language, and vulgarity, especially in German, just sounds so ugly to me. And English just flows better, and I'm just way better with that. But yeah, I have a little bit of a problem with that. And otherwise, it's just obviously you get the perspective of this whole town. There's a huge cast of characters. And I think it has a little bit of the problem that a few of these like larger Stephen King novels have, something like last year I read Under the Dome, where you also have this entire town as the cast of characters. And when the cast of characters gets too large, I think there is this problem that the author almost has to have some of them be cliches. And I think most of them or a few of them are given a lot of depth in here, but I still can't help but feel, oh my god, these are the rich people, the stereotypical rich people. They don't care for their child. Their child is an overachiever, but it's, oh my god, he's so lonely, even though he has he has all the money in the world, literally. And the other ones, I just know, the characters feel a little cliche to me, but I don't hate it. So I'm really conflicted about this so far, but it's also not sad at the moment, which is helping me because I love sad books, but I know that they can destroy me, and I couldn't handle that at the moment. So, I don't know. I'm gonna update you once I'm further in, which is probably gonna be later in the week since chemistry test. But, yeah. Let's see how this goes. No, I don't have an update on Beartown, but I have a little book haul. Let's do it quickly because I want to get back to reading Beartown so I can give you an update.
A Crooked Tree by Una Manian. I don't know anything about this, but I heard somebody talk about this and said it was really emotionally impactful. And for some reason, I thought a general fiction book that was emotionally impactful would also be good for me, which is something I usually don't fall for, but I did this time. Revival by Stephen King. I don't know anything about the Stephen King book, but it's one of his lesser talked about works, I think. I've actually never heard anybody talk about the Stephen King book, but I once read the synopsis and it sounded to me a little bit like Midnight Mass. I could be completely off about that, but Midnight Mass was also something that I knew nothing about, and I went in it, and it's one of my favorite TV series ever. It's one of my favorite things in general ever. And it was so good. Please, if you have anything that is the vibe of Midnight Mass, tell me. But yeah, I'm gonna read this one day, because this is one, like, I'm still searching for a Stephen King 5-star, and maybe this is it. Another Stephen King book. This is 4 Past Midnight. Actually, I love this copy. Like, this is like a 1991 published version, and I got this used, and it's in perfect condition. How were you $4? How? Yeah, this is like short stories. No, I think this is actually like short, like this is novellas. But this book is like 900 something pages long. So the novellas are not that novella-y. They're really long. I actually have the first, I actually have a German translation of this, but it's only the first, but here it was like split, I think, into 3 parts, and I only have the first one. So I wanted to buy another edition, and this is firstly in English. I don't have that much Stephen King in English, and I tend to like his English stuff better. Obviously, all his stuff is in English, but I don't like the translations. So, and like, this is a really good copy, so I am glad. This is The Trench by Steve Alton. I read Meg last year, and it was mediocre, but I enjoyed it enough to want to continue, and I don't have that many like weird sci-fi, not weird, just silly sci-fi thrillers written for men on their pulpy in the 2000s or in the 90s. I think this was 2000s anymore. So for some reason, that's a genre that I enjoy. I shouldn't, but I do. So yeah, I'm gonna continue that series, and this is the second book. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I got this really old edition. I love the newer ones too, but this was very cheap, and it's in pretty good condition for it coming out in like 2009 or something. Yeah, I've never read The Hunger Games. I saw the movies and I thought they were okay, but everyone is obsessed with them. And my mom thought the books were better than the movies, at least the first one. My mom said they went pretty downhill after that. But my mom and I have some similar opinions on books. Not always. She likes the stuff I like, but usually less than me. And I don't really like the stuff she does. So it's, maybe I'm gonna like this. I don't know. I just want to know what the hype is about. And lastly, this is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I read Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater and have That One sequels. And this is like the Maggie Stiefvater series that everyone is raving about. And I just want to know what the hype is about, which has led me astray many a times, but let's hope this one doesn't. Anyway, this was my little book haul, and I hope I'm gonna get to you with an update on Beartown soon. I finished it. I mean, I'm sorry for the lack of intermediate updates, but this really went just like with the Fox Wife, where I was kind of busy during the week, and now for the last 2 days, I read 2/3 of this book, and I finished it, and I did find my second 5-star of 2026, and the second after I read my first one, because this was amazing. I mean, I probably like late to the party because I know that everyone loves this, but it's just so good. Literally, I know I was like skeptical my first update on this one, but it's so good. It's so good. I mean, firstly, like, the thing that happens, it isn't the one I thought it was gonna be. Oh my god, like, and like, the thing that happens, it's so tragic. I was like, I felt so much for these characters, and I also like, I felt all the emotions, you know? I was screaming at these characters because it's literally infuriating. I was like tearing up. It was like everything. And I mean, I love Benji. If you know me, you probably know why, but I'm not gonna spoil it. And the thing that I thought was the thing that happens later because of the things that happen, but it's also like in another context, and I won't even get more into that because that's probably like a huge spoiler. But yeah, also, like, I think you really don't have to care about hockey if you want to like read this book, because yeah, hockey is a huge part of the of the first half of the book, but in the second half, after the thing happens, it's really just like the impact this horrible thing has on this community, and the way people choose to act, the politics behind everything, people who want to save face, people who want to lie to save face, people who risk everything to get the truth out. It's just, oh my god. And like, I really love this. Also, I mean, the dynamics between I'm standing, by the way, I'm standing by the fact that if you have a cast this big, there's bound to be some characters that are cliches. It's just, it is that way. But if you give these characters as much humanity and depth as you do, as Frederick Backman did in this book, I don't care. It's so, so, so good. Please read it. It's amazing. I know I'm late to the party, but who cares? It's still not too late. You can still read this book. And love it like everyone else on this planet literally has done. I'm so glad that I read this, and I mean, I'm probably gonna move on to some weirder stuff next, because in the next video you're gonna see all the unhinged books I hauled recently. Not from this book. I know I did a book haul in this video too, but I did a big book haul, one with very many questionable books, and I'm gonna read one of those next. And let's see how that goes. But so far, I'm so satisfied with with how my reading is going until this year. I know that I had those 2 flops that we don't talk about, but I couldn't be happier at the moment. Anyway, I hope you liked this video, and if you have any thoughts, I really appreciate it if you left me a comment. I always love to hear from you, and I hope I see you in another video. Bye!